Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this quick and simple vegan okra soup. This is one of my favorite things to eat because it's delicious, filling, and it pairs with just about any side you can think of. So stay tuned and see how I made it. Okay you guys, so as you can see, I've already cut up my okra into pieces, not too small, not too big, and I've added it to the pan to dry them out. Because you know, after cutting them, they're going to get a little slimy and things of that nature. So I just went on ahead and put them in the pan and start drying them out. Alright, so next after you do that, you want to set them aside and use the same pan, add a little bit of oil because we're getting ready to add our onions and garlic and different herbs. So go ahead and add it to the pan. I think I added like 1.5 onions and maybe 3 garlic cloves. I love garlic, and these were pretty good sized garlic cloves. So I just went ahead and add garlic and the onions to the pan. And make sure they're nice and soft, not too soft, al dente soft is fine. Next we're going to go ahead and add some thyme. I love thyme. I use thyme in a lot of my different recipes. And Caribbean people in general use a lot of thyme. This is the dry one because I was out of the fresh. So I definitely keep some dry in hand. Next you want to go ahead and add some chili pepper flakes, right? Not too much because you don't want it to overpower and make your recipe too hot. You don't want that, right? You just want it a little bit hot. Okay, so next you want to come in with a little bit of black pepper. Also, same situation, not too much. Just enough to flavor and to give taste to the recipe. So go ahead, give that a stir. Make sure everything is combining nicely. Alright, you don't want your onions to be too soft. You still want a little bit of a chunk in your soup. It just makes for a really nice taste. Alright, so next guys, you want to just make a little hole in between your onions and your garlic and just add you a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste, right? Tomato paste is kind of hard to break down, and I'm doing it right here without a little bit of water, but I'm going to be adding that water. So just go ahead, add it to the pan. The heat will definitely break that. So continue just giving it a little stir. The heat from the onion also will help to break down the tomato paste. So just give it a stir until you see it really melting down and softening up, right? Next, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt, a little bit more salt to that, because we're going to be coming in with the water. So add you a couple of pinches of salt, and you know, at the end we're also going to be tasting too, so you want to definitely not put too much salt in the beginning. Alright, so next we're coming in with the pulsed tomatoes. I had already had these tomatoes pulsed and set aside for when it was ready to be added to the recipe. Now I love using fresh tomatoes, fresh herbs and spices whenever I get to. I do. That's why I didn't use the can, but you definitely can use the canned one if you want to. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of red wine vinegar, and this definitely steps it up a notch, give it a little restaurant taste to it. But you'll see at the end after tasting it what it actually does. It's really good, you guys. So go ahead and give that a stir, and then what you want to do is add your water. Now we're going to come in with some water, and you can kind of know how much water to put according to how much food you have in the pan, because you don't want it to be too watery. You definitely want a little bit of thickness, because this recipe is definitely one that is should be a little bit thicker in texture, right? So we're going to go ahead and let this sit for 10 minutes, and then we're going to come in with the okra, right? So add your okra to the sauce, stir it around. Now you don't want to stir it too much unless you want to break down those okras, right? So if you want it really slimy and yummy, you can definitely let this sit for longer. Let the okra break down some more because they're already soft. And if you want it to be a little bit more on the chunkier side, you want a little bit more bite, then don't let it cook for that long. Just kind of taste it as you go and see how you feel about the texture you have. Alright, so that's it you guys. Love you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, like and subscribe.